Okay, so we are live on the Arts and Farts channel. Check, 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 1, 2, 3. This is working great, fantastic. My name is Marc Djokic and welcome all of you to the Arts and Farts channel. And the program this evening is Where in the World is Your Music Studio? And if you've been tuning into past broadcasts, you've seen I've had a number of guests, former colleagues and friends, even a family member, relative, and even a violin teacher of mine. So this evening I am honored to feature someone who I'm really glad to call a good friend of mine now, Jim Blackwood, otherwise known as the Raccoon Whisperer. And he's the Raccoon Whisperer because if you've saw the advertisement for this, he has a wonderful YouTube channel called the Raccoon Whisperer. And my wife and I discovered this amazing program on YouTube back when my wife was pregnant with our daughter, and we spent every night laying in bed watching the Raccoon Whisperer, and we became huge fans. He has over 40,000 followers, if you can believe it. And I had the good fortune to be able to meet Jim Blackwood on a debut Atlantic tour I did with a good colleague of mine, Bev Johnson, in Pictou County. So I'm really honored to have him here. He's a wonderful person. He's also meeting the criteria for the show because he is also a musician, and he'll be talking about that with you guys very soon. He has a music studio, so all the boxes are checked there. He is a worthy candidate for Where in the World is Your Music Studio. And again, I'm a Maritimer, so is Jim. So I'm super honored to feature a Maritimer on here. So I'm going to bring him up on the feed here. I'm going to unmute him. Then we'll do a little sound check here. I think he's unmuting. Testing. Can you hear me, Jim?
I can hear you fine.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, everything's looking and sounding clear over there. How's it going?
Oh, very good. Terrible rain out tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it's raining quite heavy.
Oh, I know. That's what the Maritimes is. You know, the last time I was in Pictou before the tour, it was raining and I was fishing for smelt. That's my memory of Pictou last time I was there. But thanks for coming on the program.
Well, I'm glad that you invited me. It's a real pleasure and an honor.
Great. And why don't you just introduce yourself to our audience, just really briefly?
My name is Jim Blackwood. I live in a small rural community called Churchill in Nova Scotia. I'm a former RCMP officer, retired, and I've been playing music now. Playing piano since I've been 8, self-taught, and I played drums around the same time. Started drums too at the same time.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, and you are a YouTube personality and have a fantastic channel on YouTube. Well, I'll talk about that again a little bit at the end of the show, but why don't you tell our audiences a little bit about that as well?
My wife started that back in 2000, and she passed away in 2003, and I continued her work, and it's been 17 years now, and doing it on my own, and they're all my kids. They're like my children.
Feeding the raccoons. So you're a busy man, even though you're retired. You're keeping up with pretty much a nightly YouTube channel. You practice your instruments. You still play music. Is this the type of retirement you had seen after retiring for the RCMP?
No, I wanted more time for myself, but didn't work out that way. And I play in a band besides, and also I go under the name of Ivory Sounds, and I do little gigs at the nightclubs, and I do weddings and dances and things like that on the side.
Wow, you don't slow down, huh?
No, and I also play for the seniors' homes.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah,
I did quite a bit of that in my early years, and actually also through my studies at the music schools and conservatories. We played a lot in in seniors homes. So, and a lot of those folks are encyclopedias when it comes to music and, you know, repertoire and, you know, just musical knowledge. So that's a great audience.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit about your music space here, because we are in your music studio.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, one of the reasons I thought of you for this show, and you were such an obvious choice as a guest, is because you have an entire room of your house that is dedicated to music. Now, some classical musicians don't even have like a room that's only for music. A lot do, but there are actually some that, you know, like, well, my music studio, it's kind of, it's a music space, but it's also kind of a corridor. It's weird. It can be doubled. But you have a designated music space, which I really admire that, and I think it's fantastic. And but maybe we can have a little bit of information about it. I see that you have quite a few keyboards there.
I have 4 of them. I have another one over here.
That's right. Well, we'll talk about those soon, because that's the first thing that really catches the eye there. But how would you just you describe your studio and basically its significance to you? Like, what does the space mean to you?
I always wanted a music room. I had a set of drums here, but it took up too much of my space, so I sold them.
Okay.
I wasn't using them anymore, so I sold them to a guy who needed them. So they were electronic drums.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed them rather than the other ones with the skins.
Yeah.
So, but keyboards is my passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, my mom's a pianist, so I grew up hearing a lot of piano as well as violin, because my dad was a violinist. But that's really fantastic. But do you ever have like your friends over playing in your studio as well? Is it a private place for music, or is it more of like a
No, I have a friend of mine that plays in the band with me. He brings his guitar here from time to time, and we'll jam together.
Yeah.
And anybody else that wants to come are more than welcome.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Now that sounds like the type of music room that I want to go visit. That's really fantastic.
And it doesn't matter how loud we are. Like, I have a 250 watt Roland that I play all this through, and I crank it up pretty good, and my neighbors don't hear it. So.
Oh yeah. Great. Awesome. Yeah, it's great. You can just kind of unleash it in your studio. That's great. Do you I notice you have quite a few things on your wall there. Do you have like a focus point, like when you're playing the keyboards? Is there anything you kind of stare at or look at?
Yeah, I'll show you what's staring me in the face.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rockin' Raccoon.
Yeah, that was sent to me from the States.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so I said, what better place to have it is hung up here.
That's a pretty big parcel to send. Was it already mounted, or did you get it?
No, it was rolled up, and I mounted it up there, and I also got a lot of raccoon stuff and wolf stuff here. I have a painting that somebody did for me.
Yeah.
Raccoon.
That's awesome, because I mean, you are the Raccoon Whisperer, and I like how that part of your life, it makes its way into a lot of the rooms in your house. You really represent that no matter where you are, which room you're in. So
there's raccoon stuff all over this place.
Yeah.
And I got this sent to me. This was sent to me there last Christmas. It's a scarf that you can wear. It's got the piano keys.
Yeah. You can kind of practice a little bit if you're stuck in a mind or something like that.
So.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, you can do a lot with keyboard novelty things. With the violin, you can only have like little violins pasted around. You wouldn't even know that's what it is. But
well, I have yours on my fridge.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll show that later. But yeah, actually, that's one of the things I think that's really cool about interviewing really the music part of your life, because I know you've been on the news before for your YouTube channel, since it's world. I mean, you could say it's world famous.
It is. I have people from every country in the world that follow me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was on the Ben Mulrooney show there one morning. Your Morning, it's called.
Hmm.
He interviewed me, and I've been on several CTV shows in the evening, in the news and things like that. They interviewed me about the raccoons.
Yeah, that's great. Have you ever been interviewed for anything music related or?
No, actually, it's the raccoons that that I get most of my fame from, and of course, some things I did when I was in the RCMP.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully there'll be more music interviews. I know probably some of your fans for Raccoon Whisperer that are also musicians. I hope they're happy that they're seeing kind of a little bit more of the musical side of.
Well, I put music on for them. I play songs for them, and I post them on the YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. So
for them to see. And for this last month and a half, my buddy and I that plays guitar with me, we've been putting on videos through this COVID-19 and entertaining people through that.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's really fantastic. Yeah. And one thing with it seems like you have a lot of good equipment in there that you're well equipped for any kind of broadcast or live performance. So you're pretty well stocked there in your studio. What's one of the coolest things what would you say is one of the kind of the coolest things you keep in your studio, whether it's like interesting collectibles or memories or like cool lighting?
I have a autographed picture from the Three Stampeders.
Okay. Wow.
I got to see them live, and they autographed my picture for me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
I have that hung up here.
Yeah. And I noticed another thing I love is you have a lighting machine down there.
Oh yeah, that goes with the beats. It senses the music. If I'm playing slow, it goes slow, and if I go fast, it goes fast.
That's awesome. Yeah, you spared no detail for this particular space in your house.
No, this piano here I got in Halifax. I paid quite a bit of money for it. It has a 12-channel sound studio in it, and I can make up my own beats, do my own bass, do my own guitar, and mix it all together. Away you go.
Yeah, that sounds like it has a little bit of technique from like the Doors, because I remember.
Well, it is. I get 2,600 songs programmed in there now.
That's incredible! Wow,
All I have to do is bring it up on the screen, hit play, and it follows my left hand, whatever I'm playing.
You can put on a 6-hour-long concert if you needed to do it. So
I last one I did was 3 hours.
Wow!
I did a pool party.
Yeah. Well, what? It's solo piano concerts in the classical world are notoriously long because there's so much repertoire for piano. You could never get enough in a program. So I'm not surprised to hear that as a keyboard player that you can easily fill up 3 hours like that. I think it's cross genre or something like that. So, but did any have any funny things ever happen in your studio, like strange things that have ever happened in your music space? Either your cat's kind of sneaking in on you, or maybe your raccoon getting loose.
One of my cats, this keyboard here is a push on and off button, and he pushed it on at 3 o'clock in the morning and went walking over the keys, and so I didn't know. I thought somebody get in the house, and I came down and the cat was playing the piano.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Wasn't doing a good job, but he had it going anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
So I have to keep him out of here.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's amazing. And what is since you said you have such a long list of songs on your keyboard, what is your favorite music to play on your keyboard?
I play mostly the old rock and roll. From the Presley years, and I do some country, and that's pretty much it. Because I play I play to the audience, whatever they're in the mood for.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah, and I know you're saying you really like the Guess Who as one of your favorite bands, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got to meet Burton Cummings here at the Riverfront Music Festival, and he was quite the guy.
Yeah, and he was, and how did he learn to play piano? Was he so?
His mother was a music teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
he'd been playing since he was a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I read a little bit about the band in
Yeah.
the past, and I couldn't find too much about the individual musicians. So, but I know that he had quite a hell of a solo career, so as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool, cool. So you, I mean, you did a lot of music, you know, as your job as an RCMP officer. I mean, it was very much a big part of your life, it seems. And, you know, in a lot of other professions, you know, actually like in a lot of cities, you know, doctors will have, you know, kind of the Club Med Orchestra where, you know, they all play music together. And I know at like at MIT and in Boston, I didn't study at MIT, but I studied at New England Conservatory in Boston. I know they had a lot of music happening there, and it just seems like in a lot of occupations, it's great to have this music part of it.
Yeah.
And you and what kind of cool collaborations can you remember back from your working days?
When I first went to Regina for training, I landed there in the evening, and I was. They took me into the what they call the guard room, and they said, "I understand you play drums." I said, "Yeah, good. You're playing tonight." And they threw a red serge on me and didn't even fit. They just tossed it on me, and I played that night. I didn't even know it. I didn't even meet any of the guys in the band.
Mm-hmm.
They just threw me on stage, and I had to do a whole dance with them.
That's amazing.
Had no idea what they were going to play. The band leader would turn around, and I'm going to do Mustang Sally, or I'm going to do this. And I kind of knew the song, so
Yeah.
I let them start it off, and then I stayed with them for the whole 6 months that I was there. And after I graduated, I had to stay longer because they couldn't get a replacement. So that's all I did was play music, and then I got into the band in Ottawa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the band in Ottawa, was that the RCMP band or?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty amazing what you're saying about having to just kind of sit in quickly with playing with other musicians, and you weren't reading from music, you just knew the music in your head. And you know, when I look at kind of what I do as a classical musician, you know, I can't, aside from just kind of fun readings with friends, sight readings with friends, I can't imagine a situation where I just had to sit in on something where, you know, I hadn't looked at the music. You know, I always had to look at the part and then come in. But to be kind of like in the hot seat, so to speak, like that, and play music, you know, that's
after I came home, Mark, there was a band called Second Edition here. The drummer had quit halfway through the gig, and a friend of mine I was with, he went up talking to them on the stage, and he said, when they're going back up stage, you're going up with them. I said, what for? He said, you're playing the drums for the rest of the night. And I said, I don't think so. Oh yeah, you are. He said, so up I go. And what they start off with, but they want to do Wipeout.
Okay.
And it was to see if they could trip me up.
Yeah.
And it didn't. And then they went into Johnny Be Good and a few other fast ones. And then I stayed with them for 7 years after that.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. In other words, you passed the audition with flying colors.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. You know, I have really fond memories of meeting you for the first time in Pictou when I was there with Bev Johnson, the Bev and Marc duo. And, you know, that was, you could say that was a classical music concert, but, you know, we were playing a lot of contemporary stuff. So it was more like of an instrumental music concert. But have you attended like some classical music concerts in the past?
That was my first one.
That was your first one.
I'd never been to one before.
All right, that's one of my claim to fames now. So that's
and I recorded it.
That's right. Yes, you're a very dedicated audience member, and yeah, I watched a little bit of that. That was fantastic that you're able to capture all that.
Yeah, I took some pictures and I did some video.
Yeah, that's amazing because, you know, on the tour, I was talking with my colleague Bev and also the tour manager And this is, we already talked about this, but for the folks watching now, probably at the very beginning of the tour, I was talking about the Raccoon Whisperer and that he was probably coming to a concert. And so your YouTube channel and the shows on that channel that you do were really kind of the main sort of movie theme of that particular tour, just because I knew that I'd be able to introduce you to everyone, which is really, really cool. But thanks for all that information. That's really, really, really cool. And yeah, so I thought maybe we'd pitch a few little fun questions here tied to the Raccoon Whisperer show. Actually, I noticed you have your keyboard on and your microphone set up. Did you have something to play, or?
No, I just had it on there just in case you wanted me to do something.
I mean, if you got something, got ready, maybe like the opening of These Eyes or something. I don't know.
Friend of mine, it was one of my fans sent me this up from the States called "Doing the Raccoon."
Oh my God!
And I looked it up on YouTube today, and it was the song made in 1928.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, it was quite the song. This was sent up to me last year because you mentioned what would be a good raccoon song.
Oh,
but I don't know how to play that one.
Yeah, well, that could be the soundtrack, because that's one of my questions on the show is like, what would be a good soundtrack for the Raccoon Whisperer or something like that. So that could be it.
Yeah, it was called "Doing the Raccoon." I played it today on YouTube.
Oh, that's all. Okay, I got to check that out because I was running around getting ready for this, but that's awesome. So I'll have to tune into that and check it out. But yeah, I mean, if you want to play something, you can go for it, or we can continue on to the raccoons, talking a little bit about that.
I can do Blue Suede Shoes. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Let's rock all the money and take to the show. Ready to get ready now, go, can't go now, don't step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything when they hobble my blue suede shoes. You don't scrub my face, stab my face, got my hands all over the place. Do anything that you wanna do. Oh, honey, they hobble my shoes. I don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything off of my blue suede shoes. You can burn my house and steal my car and take my liquor from the opium jar and do anything that you want to do. Honey, lay off of my shoes down, don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything to lay off of my blue suede shoes. I said, blue, blue, play shoes, blue, blue suede shoes, blue, blue suede shoes, blue, blue suede shoes. You can do anything, lay off of my blue suede shoes.
Bravo, that was awesome.
Is it coming through all right, or?
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
Yay!
All right, I had to have my daughter listen. She just caught the end. Did you like that? Pretty awesome. Maybe she'll learn piano.
Yeah, she might.
Here you go. Hand her off. All right. Fantastic solo. That's as a classical musician, it doesn't matter what the genre of music is. I always have my ears open for a stellar solo, and you delivered.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, that
means a lot.
Yeah, no, it's always an awesome thing. You gotta love the solo. It's like was it Gibson Guitars, and one of their brochures they said chorus is wasted time between solos.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
still like.
when I went to Halifax to get this rig, I wanted a piano, an organ that had built-in Leslie.
Mm.
And so anyway, they took me upstairs and they showed me this thing here, and it, of course, you have your, and that's your Leslie sound with it, but there's 50 other functions with my foot pedals. There's 2 foot pedals.
Hmm.
You can make it do anything you want with your feet.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So that's all I wanted it for. And then after I got it home, I said, holy smoke, this is a built-in band in this thing.
Yeah. And then after that, the lights came, and then it was just it was a nonstop concert in that room.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, a good moneymaker.
Yeah,
I don't have to pay anybody else.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So have you ever tried to play music for the Raccoons, or put out at least like a stereo or something?
You know what? I had a piano up there one day. They got startled by it and ran, so I never tried it again.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
For a while, it sounds like that would bother their ears.
Yeah, probably it's the frequency.
Ears are very sensitive.
Oh, well, I think your voice as the Raccoon Whisperer, that's probably their music, because they're used to that. And a lot of the raccoons that have been coming for a long time, like Gizmo, probably recognize your voice, and that's their music. That's comforting for them.
I had one here that lived with me for 13 and a half years. And she came back year after year after year. And she died of old age there 2 years ago.
Okay.
They only live 3 to 5 years in the wild.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe. So the raccoon actually lived in your house?
No, she stayed outside, but she come every night and never missed a night. And then she would winter and then come back in the spring.
Oh, wow.
For 13 and a half years she did that. But I did keep one here over the winter months. His mother abandoned him, so I kept him in here in the music room, actually.
Okay.
So he grew up here over the winter, and I released him with the other ones in the spring.
So that answers my earlier question. Your music studio is a common place for musicians and wild animals.
Oh, and wild animals, yes.
That's fantastic. All right. But
I did a lot of tours here as well, Mark. I forgot to mention I get people visiting from the United States. I had a lady here 3 times. She visited from Cyprus.
Right. Yeah. You can see
I get a lot from Boston, New York, Pittsburgh, Chicago. I even had them here from Seattle.
Mm.
So
that's one really unique thing. I mean, my wife and I found about you is that you're, a lot of YouTube celebrities, are, really private, and maybe they don't want people recognizing them. You actually have people come and visit you, and you show them the raccoons. You really bring people together and really open up your doors like that, which I think is really fantastic. And especially you coming on the show here, like giving your time like this, with everything going on, I think it's really amazing that, you have that personal side as well as a YouTube celebrity. So that's really amazing. That's fantastic. So I think that's all the material I had that I wanted to cover. And I think you really showed that, music side of your career, which I really kind of wanted to tap into. Have you ever met any other musicians on through YouTube besides me, of course?
No, but I through Facebook, I had met some celebrities that joined my Facebook because of the raccoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
I had one lady from, she was a producer of Coronation Street. And she contacted me. She wrote a new book. And she sent the book over to me. And I had the raccoons letting on they were reading the book. And she put that video into her selling of the novel.
Okay.
And it was amazing how I just left it there sitting there, and they were turning the pages.
Mm. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. One of our, for those of you who haven't tuned into the Raccoon Whisperer yet, I think one of my favorite things about it is just the variety of food and choices you give the raccoon.
6
And
to 7 courses a night.
yes, and that's really coming from a musician, I think, because when you do like a concert set, you want to give people a little bit of everything, the meat, potatoes, the veggies. You kind of give a good variety, and I can't help but think that might come from your musical intuition, perhaps.
Yeah.
But definitely one of my favorite things is is with all the food, it's the kibbles and bits highway that just kind of cuts through everything. That's like the music staff that cuts through all the notes. So
I had a UPS truck land here the other day with food for them from the States.
oh, someone sent food from the States.
Yeah, they Amazoned it up here.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
Peanut butter and dry dog food, cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah, cookies.
Oh wow. If the raccoons could thank them, they would. So.
Oh, I know they would.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Are there any raccoons, do you think, at the back door?
I imagine. Well, it's raining so much, but there may be some there. Do you want to have a look, or?
Let's go take a look if you can.
Okay,
Yeah.
you want to travel with me?
Sure.
Okay, we'll just unhook this here. We'll go on battery. Here we go.
Awesome. I can't believe on where in the world is your music studio do we have the Raccoon Whisperer showing the raccoons on this program?
This is
oh yeah, there we go.
that was sent to me from California.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Just
okay, I'll just have
the right address.
Yeah, oh yeah, they did, yeah.
Going through the kitchen.
Oh, I got a bunch of them out here.
Oh my God, they're like, where is he? Where's Jim?
Yeah.
They probably heard the music.
I'll turn this here just like this for a minute.
Mm.
Can you see them?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I gotta get some hot dogs.
All right. Hey, little one. Oh, that's so cute. They really look comfortable there. Like they're not running away when they see you. They're like, we're just waiting for the food night after night. We're not going anywhere. That is so cute.
So they're waiting for me.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. You coming in? Are you coming in? Come on. Come on out. There we go. Yeah, it's still raining out.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be shaking off some water there. Oh, my God. That is amazing.
Okay. All right. You ready, guys? Stand up here. Come out here.
Yeah, good angle. I can see.
Here, stand up. I was hanging on to the raccoon. Come here.
Oh my God.
Up. There you go.
Walk like that. That's incredible. That must have been the new one because he just ran away right after he got the hot dog. The other ones just kind of stick around, right?
They're doing their distancing thing for COVID.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, actually, the raccoons. They don't like they like to eat privately.
Yeah, okay. So even if they you've known you for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And so there's 3 raccoons there now, but there'll definitely be more later.
Oh, there's 3 here now, but because of the rain, some of them will stay in the den. Here's another fella coming.
Yeah.
I'll just give him a short one here.
A hot dog is a good food because you could leave that out and it's not going to be affected by the water. Like the kibble and bits will melt.
Come here.
The sandwiches will not survive. They'll probably get mushy, but the hot dogs are mostly made of water, I think.
But when I hold the hot dog, he doesn't forcefully try to get it from me.
Yeah.
No.
That's like patiently takes the hot dog.
Yeah.
Like he's saying thank you. So. Oh, that's amazing.
Come on.
And the amazing thing for the viewers, if you tune into other episodes of Raccoon Whisperer, it's amazing how close you actually get to the raccoons. And it's
they're right on top of me.
Yeah. And when you let them get close to you and they really trust you and
Oh yeah, they never hurt me.
Yeah.
Yeah, come here.
That's a misunderstood animal. It's amazing. I remember when they used to come to our back door when I was a kid. I mean, they were really curious and they'd stand up and, if I'd open the door, they wouldn't run away, but they'd actually try to kind of poke their heads in a little closer. I was always too afraid to get close to them, but I know that they were very curious.
Well, I trust them around kids because I have kids that come here and it's cold out there tonight.
Yeah, I bet. That's maritime weather, even beginning of summer. Yeah.
But these fellows here, they won't hurt anybody. They're very tame.
Oh yeah. They're used to talking to you. Yeah, I know that's like maritime weather. I remember a festival I do sometimes called Scotia Festival of Music in Halifax. Every summer I used to do it. I would get like sick or I'd like lose my voice because it feels like summer, but it's not. It's still cold. This is maritime weather, so winters are mild, but it still remains that kind of cold even through to the summer. Yeah. So,
what other instrument do you play besides violin?
Well, I took piano and guitar as secondary instruments in school, but I was very focused on my instrument that I really never got too curious about anything else, but it was always kind of an interest of mine. But I think because of that, when I meet multi-instrumentalists, I guess like yourself, I always think that's something really pretty incredible. And actually, percussion players are often multi-instrumentalists, even though their instrument is percussion, but they have so many different percussion instruments, and that's really neat that even playing keyboard and drums that you could probably branch out into other percussion instruments. So, and I find a lot of drummers too of bands, sometimes when they're at the end of their career, sometimes they'll be really open-minded to picking up another style of drumming without having ego get in the way. They'll be very open to learning something completely different. So I've always had an admiration for that instrument. So
I always wanted to play guitar, but I never sat down and really tried it.
I'd say give it a try. You could do it.
Yeah,
I'd be able to do it. Anyways, thank you so much for joining on the show. That was it was a wonderful
experience.
It was a great experience, and it was great for you just to talk about this part of your life, which I think is really really quite amazing. And I like how you actually share it on the Raccoon Whisperer. And so for those of you who haven't checked out Raccoon Whisperer, do check out the raccoon feeding videos, which my wife and we watch all the time. We like it before bed for some reason. We like going in bed and putting it on the TV, because then it's usually around you're quite the night owl. You really stay up late.
Guess what happened?
Yeah.
Guess what just happened?
What?
I left the hot dogs in that bucket hanging there. The whole package is gone.
Oh no. I think they knew you were going to leave it out there. They were just waiting.
I wasn't paying attention. I looked, there was a bucket upside down, everything gone.
Oh no. Oh my God. They're crafty ones, eh? They're crafty.
Well, see, that's why you got to pay attention to them.
Yeah, I know. Well, they aren't outsmarted you this time, but
oh yeah, they'll even dig into my pockets if I'm sitting down to see if I got anything in my pockets.
Yeah.
Because I hide marshmallows and stuff in my coat, and they'll sniff it out and dig it out.
You're not hiding those in the pocket, that's for sure. Yeah, they'll
no.
Are you doing a video tonight for Raccoon Whisperer?
No, it's too dirty out tonight, but I am going to do a live show, just like talk to the fans.
Okay, great.
I usually get about 300 on there chatting at the same time.
That's incredible.
And by the way, there's a lot of them watching right now.
I know, I see. It's incredible. Yeah, this is really amazing. Yeah. Anyways, well, listen, have a great night. Keep up the music, and we'll be tuning in night after night as usual for the Raccoon Whisperer.
Well, thank you, Mark.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Have a good one. Have a good night.
All right, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.